Hey guys, so in today's video I'm going to be sharing my process for removing my full coverage gel extensions and how I keep my natural nails so healthy underneath. So let's get right into the video. Alright, so here's a look at my super grown out gel extensions. These are the full coverage gel tips from Double Dip with some builder gel on top, so there is definitely a lot to take off, and I want to do so as safely as possible to keep my natural nails healthy underneath. So this is the process that I personally use that works the best for me. So the first thing I like to do is take my tip cutter and clip off any of the excess length. This just speeds up the process by not having to soak off any of the fake tip, and it just takes a little bit of time off of the removal process, which I definitely like. And then I go in with a straight edge nail clipper to cut off any of the excess length once again that I wasn't able to get off with the tip cutter. And this just makes everything a little bit more precise and closer to my natural nail. Now I do this step and get extra precise with my cutting of the tips just because I want to keep my natural nail intact underneath. So if you didn't really care about your natural nails or didn't want to keep the length on them, you could definitely just go in with the tip cutter and cut as close to the nail as you like. I personally just like to do it this way because typically when I take off fake nails, I do want to keep my length of my natural nails underneath. Then the next step in the process is to use a nail drill. This is my favorite one by Makartt, and I like to put this metal bit on it. And I'm just going to go over the surface of all of my nails to really thin down the gel product to make removal faster once again. This is a really crucial step because you want to remove the bulk of the product so that the soak off doesn't take forever. By doing so, you really just get a thin layer of gel on the nail, and that will soak off much faster than a super thick nail. So this is a process that you definitely want to take your time with and be very careful. You want to use the drill at a relatively low speed and put minimal pressure on the nail. You just want to let the drill do all of the work and not force any of it. So I'm going to continue using my nail drill just to file off any of the extra product, and I will be back for the next step. So once I'm happy with how the product is filed off, I'm going to get the actual soak off container ready. So I like to take a plastic baggie filled with some 100% pure acetone, and I put that bag in a container with warm water underneath, and the warm water just heats up the acetone and makes the process a little bit faster. And I do like to take a lint-free wipe and place that on the inside of the bag, and I use this wipe to go along my nails when they are soaking to help get off any of that extra product. So I do my first soak for about 10 minutes or so, and after the 10 minutes I pull my nail out and I take a metal cuticle pusher and gently scrape off any of the lifted product. I'm doing this with sort of a medium pressure. I want to flake off any of the product that has lifted, and I don't want to scrape too deep into my nail because that's how you can create a little bit of damage. So I'm just going along the nail and trying to get off any of the pieces that have naturally come up from the 10 minutes of soaking, and any of the extra bits will soak off in the next few rounds of soaking. So once I feel like I've gotten a decent amount of the product scraped off, I'm just going to place my nails back into the bag and let them soak for another 5 to 10 minutes or so. So here are the nails after about 5 more minutes of soaking, and you can definitely see that a lot more of the product has come up, and I'm just going to continue scraping off the lifted product. Now, the length of the soaking process definitely depends on the type of gel you are using. Right here, I used a pretty strong builder gel along with the full coverage gel tips, so it did take a little bit longer to soak off. And considering that I wanted to keep my natural nails as healthy as possible, I didn't want to scrape too hard or anything like that, so I did spend a little bit of extra time soaking, but I would recommend just being patient and soaking longer than damaging your nails by filing too hard or scraping too hard. So I just continue the process of placing my nails into the bag and soaking them as needed, and I would say this entire process took me maybe 20 to 30 minutes. It can definitely go faster or slower, again, depending on the type of product you use and how thin you were able to file the product down. So I'm just going to keep repeating as necessary and following the same process of soaking and scraping. So here I just wanted to show you what the nails look like after all of this soaking, and I'm going to go ahead right here and use a nail file to really shape up and buff off any of the extra product on my nail plate. And you can see that my natural nails are super healthy underneath after the gentle removal. And here I'm just going in with some candiskincare cuticle oil to really put that moisture back into my nails and skin after the soaking in acetone, because that can be quite drying. And I'm really just working this into the nails and skin. And then after I let this soak in for about 10 minutes, my natural nails are really strong and healthy again. So here's a look at my nails after the gel extension removal. There is no damage and they are ready to be painted again. So I hope you guys found this video informative and helpful. If you did, be sure to give it a like and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one.